Washington is on the verge of making the most beastly move of the season. Picture this: an NFL legend coming out of retirement to join our defense. With our star tackle sidelined, the team is on the hunt for a brutal replacement. And the rumors are pointing to a huge name that could be the answer. This isn't just any rumor, though. This could be a game changer for the Commanders. Can you imagine what it would mean to have this giant on our defensive line? If you're ready to see Washington shake up the NFL, stick around, because what's coming is mind-blowing. And speaking of unexpected moves, our first-round cornerback is hanging by a thread. Yeah, you heard that right. A player who was supposed to be the future of our defense is at risk of being traded away. Benched again. This is serious business, and it's not just a simple lineup adjustment. Washington might be working on a trade that'll leave you breathless. Want to know how far his stock has fallen on the market? Trust me, you won't see this coming. Don't blink, because if you miss this, you'll be left out of the conversation. But wait, here comes the future of our offense. A rookie receiver who's about to blow up in the NFL. The stats don't lie. Every time they throw to him, he catches it. This kid has the potential to be the secret weapon we need to shred defenses. And with a golden opportunity in the next game, it looks like it's his time to shine. But will the team be bold enough to give him that spotlight? Stick around, and you'll see if Washington finally unleashes this future star. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk about something that's got the Washington Commanders nation in a complete frenzy. Aaron Donald? Are we really talking about Aaron Donald joining the Commanders? I know what you're thinking. This sounds like pure fantasy. But let me tell you something. This idea isn't that far from reality. Look, with Jonathan Allen's devastating injury, the Commanders are desperately searching for a way to fill that void on the defensive line. And what a void it is. There's no way to replace a Pro Bowl caliber player like Allen, unless you're talking about bringing in one of the greatest defensive players of all time. Yes, the same Aaron Donald. And this is where things get interesting. I'm telling you this. Aaron Donald is still a name that strikes fear into any offense in the league. This guy has won a Super Bowl, has been multiple times All-Pro, and is a defensive monster. But now I wonder, is it realistic for Donald to come out of retirement to play in Washington? Because frankly, I think it is. Let's think about this. Allen is out for the season, and the defense needs someone who can not only fill the gap, but do it with authority. Donald is that guy. His ability to destroy offensive lines, demand double teams, and create space for other players is exactly what the Commanders need to stay in the hunt in the NFC. Just imagine that. Now I ask you, do you think Washington should go after him? Because for me, this is a golden opportunity. Sure, here's where things get complicated. Donald retired as a member of the Rams, and for him to play with the Commanders, there would need to be a negotiation between the two teams. Now, the Rams are in a tough spot with their salary cap. They're weighed down by Donald's contract with $23 million in dead cap, and if they get rid of him, it would lighten their load significantly. The Commanders, on the other hand, have a brutal salary cap situation. $121 million in unused space. I say, let's make the deal. Bringing in Donald would not only strengthen our defense, it would also put the Commanders in a strategic position for a playoff run. What if Donald is willing to sign a short-term deal just for what's left of the season? He wouldn't have to go through the grind of training camp or commit long-term. It would be a win-win for both parties. I ask you again, do you think the Commanders should move heaven and earth to get Donald? Because let me tell you, a move like this would completely change the landscape of our defense. Not only would we be replacing Allen, but we'd be adding a future Hall of Famer. And that, folks, is what could take the Commanders to another level. Now, for those who doubt, I tell you, the Commanders are no longer that team that settles for mediocrity. This new management has made it clear they are here to win, and to win now. How would you feel seeing Aaron Donald in a Washington uniform? Do you see it as possible? Because I see an opportunity here that we can't let slip by. For me, this is the ultimate play. Making this deal not only prepares us for this season, but positions us for the future. Really? Are you telling me we're here talking about Emanuel Forbes, our first-round pick, and we're thinking about sending him to another team? That's what's happening. I'm telling you, the situation with Forbes is a mess. This kid was picked in the first round, the 16th overall pick, and now he's a healthy scratch against the Ravens. That's not right at all. What happened here? How did we get to this point with a player who had all the potential to be our defensive leader in the secondary? I ask you, how is it that one of our top picks is already on the bench, barely in his second season? That makes no sense. But hold on. I know what you're going to say. Oh, but Dan Quinn hasn't closed the door. But what door are we talking about? Because right now, that door for Forbes is locked tight. Sure, Quinn mentions that if he works hard, his chance will come back. But the reality is we're watching his value to the team plummet. Do you really think this kid is going to get his shot here with the Commanders? I tell you, it's most likely that his next opportunity won't be with us. And that, my friends, is the most painful part. We're talking about a player with immense talent in a key position, but the team is letting him slip away. And let's not kid ourselves. Any team that picks him up is going to get a wasted talent. Just look at the talk about a potential trade with the Chargers for a 5th-round pick in 2025. A 5th round? Seriously, that's nothing compared to what we invested in him. Now, I ask you this. Are the Commanders making the right decisions? Or do they simply not know how to maximize the talent they have? Because here's something clear. If Forbes doesn't work in the system, that's one thing. But losing him for so little is another mistake. Personally, I think we should have invested more time in his development. But instead, it seems like we're heading toward a bad deal. What about the investment? What about what we could have been with Forbes? All right, Commanders fans, what's going on with Luke McCaffrey? Let me tell you something. This kid has a 100% catch rate. He's caught everything thrown his way. But here we are, waiting for that big breakout that seems like it's never going to come. Why? Why haven't we seen him dominate the field like we know he can? I'll tell you this, the numbers don't lie. McCaffrey has caught 11 passes, racking up 103 yards and achieving 5 first downs. 5. And he's barely been targeted. So what's the deal? Why isn't he getting more opportunities? I think there's something bigger at play here. And it's not just that he's still a rookie. The offense is working, sure, but what are they waiting for? What sense does it make to have a guy with a perfect catch rate and not get him the ball? The kid gets open like nobody else in the league. That's what Pro Football Focus stats tell us. So Washington offense, wake up. I ask you, do we want to keep being conservative or let McCaffrey do what he does best? There's the key. Commanders Nation, biding his time, waiting for his moment. And sure, I get that they're taking care of him, wanting to develop his talent. He's only got 2 years of experience as a receiver in college. But my friends, if he's already shown so much in 50% of offensive snaps, why not give him more playing time? I'm telling you, this kid is ready to take the reins. Plus, look at what's coming up. The Panthers. A defense that, let's be honest, isn't the best in the league. What better stage for McCaffrey to shine than against the team that drafted his brother, Christian? It's almost like it's written in the stars. If I were Cliff Kingsbury, I'd make him the primary target in the offense. Why keep waiting? Let McCaffrey show what he can do with more responsibility. But of course, if they don't do it this week, I know McCaffrey will keep pushing food, looking to earn that full trust from Daniels and the coaching staff. And if there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that this guy has the right mindset. Commanders Nation, your opinion is what matters most here. Do you think the Commanders should go all out and take a risk to bring in Donald to strengthen the defense? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Now tell me, true fans, do you think trading Forbes is our best option, or is it time to let him go? Does he deserve another shot, or are we ready to turn the page? Let me know in the comments what you think. This is your voice. And one last thing, is this McCaffrey's moment to shine? Should the team give him more spotlight in the upcoming game against the Panthers? Share your thoughts below. I want to know if you agree or have a different strategy in mind. This community isn't just a channel, we're a family, and you're part of it. Subscribe right now and join this incredible family of passionate fans. Together, let's take the Commanders to the top. And remember, hail to the Redskins.